Hey Masters, welcome to another episode of Path to Mastery, episode number 184. My friends, we have Mr. Jon Kirk with us today. Jon is a rock star real estate agent out of the Maryland area, and he owns a company called Minute Pages. What they do is they create amazing landing pages and websites that can be created in minutes and save you thousands and thousands of dollars on lead generation and having people create these sites for you. Plus, you can stop the cold calling, which is something that I don't think I'll ever stop cold calling, to be honest with you. However, it'd be nice that if the people knew who you were before you called, it would make the call a little bit warmer. So I absolutely love that. Listen, sponsored this week by our friends over at Vulcan7.com. Check out Vulcan7.com/path to mastery for some of their products. And if you're listening to this, it's today's September 14th. I don't know what day you're listening to it, but this was recorded, or this came out, on September 14th, 2020. So if it's before 12 p.m. Eastern time, you can sign up today for my 35 call challenge. My friends, for $35, you get to spend 5 days training with me, an hour a day, Monday through Friday of this week, starting at 1 o'clock. So if you want to get signed up for today, it starts, like I said, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Go to 35callchallenge.com right now. Go to 35callchallenge.com right now. Get signed up so that you can hang out with us and take your lead generation to the next level. Just go to the site, check it out. You'll know what it's about. And listen, don't forget about my monthly meetup. We just absolutely destroyed it with Michael Burnoff, David and Art Matarazzo. Fun. We're going to be releasing that. It was awesome. We talked about mindset in his book's called Average Sucks. And then finally, my friends, listen, I am releasing an article. I would love to get your feedback. I'd love to get your feedback on this article. So I want you to go to davidihill.com/5 mistakes. Again, davidihill.com/5 mistakes. Check out that article. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. And my friends, I appreciate you. I appreciate you listening to the show. Enjoy Jon Kirk and Minute Pages. Hey, what's up, Masters? Welcome to another episode of Path to Mastery. And today we are with Mr. Jonathan Kirk. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Good. Any relation to Captain Kirk?
They call me the captain. That's the nickname. So
I love it. I love it, man. I used to be a Trekkie when I was a kid, so all the Star Trek, man. Well, thanks for doing. Yeah, right. The old Vulcan. Man. Well, thanks for connecting with me and reaching out. And I'm glad we could put this together. And I know you've been in the business for about 10 years now. You started your business. You were in Maryland, the Maryland area, Baltimore, right? And you started your business on cold calling, like me. But in the last couple of years, you said you haven't even made any cold calls. So you made that transition. So we're going to definitely talk about that and talk about what you're up to, man. So just want to say I appreciate you being with us and tell us a little bit more about you, man.
Yeah, man. The appreciation is all mine. Let me tell you, dude, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here with you today. Like I told you before, I'm a huge fan of yours. Been following you for a very, very long time. And like I haven't met you personally, up until a couple of years ago, but even before that, you were a huge impact on me. So thank you.
Appreciate that, man.
For this industry, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on. So, I'm a real estate agent here in Baltimore, Maryland. Was doing some investments as well. Stopped doing rehabs, but still investor heavy with my listings. Have a lot of investors that throw me listings. And cut my teeth in cold calling. In 2014, I found out I was going to be a parent for the first time. I had no money. I had no listings. I looked at my books and I was like, wow, I guess I'll hit the phones. Started watching you and Ben Kinney and the cold calls started happening and built my business from 2014 to 2017, generating expired listings only. Through that, so many different doors open. I mean, when you acquire those skills and expertise and you know how to speak to people the right way over the phone, and then you go meet with them in their property and you get to take the listings, you start to see that, wow, there's something to this communication game here. But the cold calling over and over again, as I built my family, I had a second kid, now I have a third kid on the way. My third son's due this December. It became more and more difficult. Thank you, brother. It became more and more difficult for me to leave my wife at the house with both kids when they were real young, 15 months apart, for me to say, hey, I got to go in and cold call. So I saw the disruption happening, with the different brokerages, the virtual brokerages, and, big tech with Zillow, Redfin, especially Realtor.com, and how Redfin's linked to the MLS compared to Zillow. And just saw how it disrupted wherever, you would Google certain terms and keywords, Redfin, Zillow, tech companies, national brokers would pop up, but real estate agents wouldn't. So I got connected with, some mentors of mine, software consultants and coaches in the industry, and they helped me build my website and research keywords the right way. For instance, the keyword Baltimore Realtors is Googled over 590 times per month. So I'm thinking to myself, wow, if that's Googled over 590 times per month, why wouldn't I want to show up on that first page? So instead of me calling outbound, I could get some inbound calls. So 2 years ago, man, that's when I went down the rabbit hole of trying to learn about SEO and keyword research. And now I'm on page one of Google. All my business has come through my Google My Business profile, my websites. I'm working with online companies like HomeLight.com, and they're ranking for the keyword term Baltimore Realtors as well. The only thing is I outrank them on that keyword term. So sometimes people will click on me. Sometimes people will click on them. They click on them, I'm paying them 25% referral, the pop. That's why I wanted to create the freedom and flexibility for myself and my business online, so big tech doesn't come in and sell our leads back to us for a referral fee for the rest of my life. I knew there had to be a better way.
Interesting, man. Yeah, I think that's a great formula for getting in front of the in front of the big guys, because the reality is they're typically going to outspend most realtors, and that's why they're going to get the leads. And it's hard to compete with that unless you really know what you're doing at a high level.
That's it, brother. You said it, brother. Unless you know what you're doing, and it's really not at a high level, this information has been suppressed. It's almost like hoarded off. Whereas in our industry, we share our secrets. Like, I'm listing 50 houses a year. You asked for my listing presentation. Here you go. It's not like that in the SEO world. They protect their secrets. So once I understood the way the internet worked, you just reverse engineer it to make sure that you show up. And the way that you do it is you combat these big tech companies because you're the expert in your backyard. I live in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm in Lutherville and Mays Chapel. My roads are real wide, so it's perfect running neighborhood. I can craft a quick 3 to 5 minute video about how awesome buying and living in Mays Chapel is for a running neighborhood. Zillow, Trulia cannot. They're in Seattle. They're in Silicon Valley. So they're not masters and experts of their own backyard. We live here. We play here. We work here. The only thing we don't do is we don't share it, our stories and our content properly. People think about blogging, and like that used to make me gloss over. I used to never know what the heck is blogging? How do you blog effectively? The way you do it is you do keyword research prior to creating your content so that your content is actually found on Google. See, Google doesn't have ears. Google can't listen to you and see if your voice is pleasant or not, and whether or not they want to take in your information. Google has crawlers that crawls the internet and reads the content on your pages that you post your information to on your websites. If it's relevant, if it's current, if it's original, and it has keywords that people are actually typing into Google, like sell my house fast Boston, or Boston Realtors, or Massachusetts Realtors, then guess what? They're going to be connected and rewarded by Google to those sellers, and then those sellers are going to have exclusivity, and you're going to have exclusivity with that seller. It's the highest quality lead you could ever experience because they've already researched you, they've seen your video, your testimonials on your websites, and it's just like taking candy from a baby at that point. No other interviews. You're not coming behind somebody that had already tried to sell a house, was unsuccessful in doing so. So then you have a stale listing that you have to figure out how to get sold, which we cut our teeth on. I mean, we do it every single day. The bar needs to be raised. So expireds will always be a good form of business that I'm never going to let go of. That's a $300,000 GCI income into my business per year when I call those expired. So it's just creating multiple streams of income so you become an authority in the eyes of the biggest search engines in the world like Google and YouTube, because right now we're becoming a commodity with big tech. If you Google real estate in your city, tell me who shows up. More than likely, it's probably not a realtor or an investor. It's probably a big tech company or it's a national broker. But that's why the game is there for the taking for us, because nobody is utilizing this information right now. It's time to start creating our niches. And I'm going to give you a couple quick examples so we can put it to work. So for example, for me, I wanted to break into the internet. I call expireds. I started going to Google and I'm like searching. And by the way, the way I go to Google first is you download the plugin called Keywords Everywhere. It's free. It's a Chrome browser plugin. You download the API key into your browser, and then all of a sudden, whenever you Google, you can actually see how many search results are showing up, and you can see how many times a month that term is searched. Powerful stuff, because if people are not searching, my house didn't sell, but they're putting in 250 times a month, why isn't my house selling with a question mark? Wouldn't it be good to know that that keyword, why isn't my house selling with a question mark, is typed in 250 times per month, and to title the video of your new YouTube video, why isn't my house selling, question mark, hashtag Baltimore Realtor, which is also searched 590 times per month. And then you explain in 3 to 5 minutes why you're able to sell houses that other agents couldn't sell. And you just do a case study on a local property that you just sold, break it down for 3 to 5 minutes. You take that YouTube video, okay, and then you put it into, let's say, a website page. For instance, you can use www.minutepages.com. That's going to be our new company that we're creating these blogs through. You can go to www.minutepages.com. You create a new location page. You embed your YouTube video into that page, and then you have it transcribed so the words are in the body of the blog. That way Google can read it when you post it to the internet. And then continuously do that. You stay consistent with posting, targeted keywords that you're looking to rank for. You be consistent with the content, and Google will eventually reward you. And then all your business will come inbound instead of you having to be outbound prospecting. That comes with freedom, flexibility, predictability in your business, simplicity within the systems that we use, and more so consistency, where I know where my next lead's coming from. I don't have to wake up in the morning and go hit the phones. Even though I'm building an ISA division, I know the value of doing that. I just don't have the time in my life to do that. So that's how this was created.
Cool, man. So I definitely, I love what you're doing. I posted a video yesterday. Ironically, you can go on my Facebook feed and you can see it. It's and I shared how to go from an annoying pest to an invited guest. Right, that's from Joe Polish. I don't know if you follow Joe Polish at all.
Yes,
legit. But that's something we've been focusing on a lot lately. Is how do we get in front of people? So like when I'm calling people, they have heard of me. They know who I am. There's some context. There's something where I'm not just some cold. So my point here though is I agree with you. And though I think both is important. So what my thought process is we want to figure out how do we, and I love the video idea. Like how do we get in front of people? So maybe their house has been on the market for 120 days and they're starting to think, geez, why isn't my house selling? So they're seeing these videos and then all of a sudden their house expires and then bang, they receive a call from somebody from that company.
Or they receive a text message from you instead saying, hey, Mr. David, I saw your house popped off the market unsold. Hey, man, just check out this video when you have a couple of minutes. I just sold the house down the street. Mr. Simpkins was in the same position as you. Sure. He wasn't able to get it sold. Let me know if you think it might be worth it for us to speak further after you view this video.
Yeah, absolutely. So, text calls, yeah, it's all good, man. So tell me what is in that. Let's talk about that video. Why isn't my house selling? What are some of the things that are in that video?
That's great. So let's say I'm outside of my just sold. I just sold my expired listing. I'm like, hey guys, just coming to you outside of 123 Main Street. This property just sold. It was previously listed with another real estate agent. Unfortunately, they were not able to get the job done. We were able to come in, get the job done in 35 days. Let me just give you a quick tour of this property and show you the tweaks that I made with the seller prior to going onto the market, which in my opinion forced the property to sell this time. I'll walk into the property. I'll have the camera follow me into the property. I'll point out where I had my contractor come in and cover up some chipping paint that was in the kitchen. I'll just show them a couple different upgrades and cleanup that we did prior to showcasing the property. There was a ton of boxes in the basement. Nobody could access the basement. We decluttered, removed all the boxes, spent the whole day cleaning the house out. The seller came down from Pennsylvania, brought her boyfriend with her. He was telling me, he didn't want me to help him. It was a real deal experience. I helped him clean up that property because I knew that that's what had to happen in order to force this property to sell. So for 3 to 5 minutes, I walked through the property. I showcased what I did. And then I ended the video. And then that was the end of that video. I then uploaded that video to my YouTube.
Masters, listen, I'm just really pumped to get great stuff to you. I'm going to get you right back to the show. I want you to go check out my meetup. So go to davidsmeetup.com. Get registered for the next meetup. They happen every month on the second Thursday of the month. We had fantastic. We had Michael Burnoff, the book Average Sucks, was with us. Amazing, intimate conversation. We had the Matarazzo brothers. It's just awesome. Go get signed up right now, davidsmeetup.com. I want to bring massive value to you as well. through my training, through my coaching, through my 18 years experience. So I'm going to offer you what's called the 35 call challenge. That's it. The 35 call challenge. You go register right now, or just go to the site and then check it out and read about it. And if you think it's worth registering, then register. 35callchallenge.com. I'm going to give you 5 days. I'm becoming a writer. Why not, right? I wrote a book, The Sales Playbook. Go check out my article at davidihill.com/5 mistakes. davidihill.com/5 mistakes. And you'll hear the 5 biggest mistakes realtors make. My friends, you rock. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Page. So for all you real estate agents, you got to have a YouTube page. That's where you're going to have all your videos where you can educate not only your clients, but you can start training your agents, and answer questions that are redundant. We ask 50 to 100 times every single year. But you upload to your YouTube page, and then you take that embedded link. First of all, the way you post your YouTube, that's an art as well. You got to have keywords in the title. You got to have keywords in the description. You got to have your tags. Once that's properly posted and optimized, then you can take that YouTube link and then you can embed that into your minutepages.com website. And then you can post that blog after it's been transcribed and all the words are in the body of the post. And then it will go out to what I like to call the Google stratosphere. And it will start to work for you over and over and over again, which is evergreen content, right? That's evergreen content, absolutely. Which never loses its relevancy. How could anybody not want to see how you sold a house that didn't sell? Instead of you just taking a picture saying, hey, look what I just did. That's great, but it really doesn't educate anybody.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm taking a lot of notes. Let me ask you why I've always used YouTube. I recently started using Vimeo. Is that what it is? Vimeo. Yeah, cool. Vimeo. Sure. And reason being is because I can create, I don't know, I just feel like I have more control over the videos. I can make them private. I can just, if I don't want people to see, you can make them private in YouTube also. Is Vimeo a search engine or is it just a video platform? I don't know. It's mostly a video platform, but they have a lot of good, what's it called? Analytics. So you can see views, you can see how long they watch the video. I don't know if YouTube's doing that. Is YouTube doing that yet? I don't think they're at that level yet. My partners kind of take care of that stuff on the back end, but I'm getting more and more into that. But video is the way, man. I mean, just think about it. We've sold so many expired houses, it's silly at this point. And the fact that we haven't documented them as well as we could, it's okay, but it's not okay to continue doing this anymore. So for all those hustlers out there that are crushing the phones or taking the expired listings, document your processes, guys. Document from the time that you took the appointment to the time that you got it sold. So that way when it's done, you could just go in and do a quick 3 to 5 minute video onto your YouTube channel. I'll help you do some keyword research before then so you can make sure that your content is optimized. And then you post it out there. And then this way, in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're becoming an authority in your local market. It'll happen faster than that. It happens in 6 to 12 months if you do it right now, but you'll be an authority in your local market. And the biggest search engines in the world, instead of being a commodity and having people go to Zillow, Trulia, and then them refer the sellers out to you for a referral fee. This is where the battle is being lost or won right now for realtors and investors. All right, so let's do this. First step, someone listening to this right now, they're like, you know what, Jonathan, this is brilliant. I want to do this. What's the next step? Visit www.minutepages.com. Minute Pages. Why Minute Pages? What does that do? That is our software technology company that we have created in order to give the same level of resources to every single realtor and investor out there. There's other website companies that are out there that cost hundreds of dollars per month, and it makes you become an SEO expert, like what I had to do over the last couple of years to understand this at a high level. Once I got it, I was like, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a cheaper way, because every time I wanted to create a location page or put content on my previous website, I had to consult my now partner at Minute Pages. This is why we created this company. I had a developer and a consultant software specialist that I was working with. And, every time I needed something, I had to pay him hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. He said, there's got to be a better way. And that's what over the last 5-6 months we've been developing, and it's almost to market. It's going to be launched in about a week and a half. So if you visit minutepages.com, you put in your email, you'll be grandfathered in for the beta version, which is 50% off for life. It's $25 a month to have a high level real estate sales website that creates validity and credibility for your sellers out there. You can create different location pages. It has blogging capability with built-in SEO and blogs pre-written. We've already done the work for you. So all you need to do is plug in your keywords, your logo, your broker information, and then start posting blogs and with targeted keywords. And then you sit back and let the leads start coming in.
Nobody is teaching
So
this in the industry. This is going to disrupt the industry major.
awesome. Well, I just signed up, so I just did it as you were talking, man. So
Oh man.
I'm signed up. So I look forward to getting more info on it. It's ironic that we're having this conversation. I would shit you not. If you go back and look at today's September 3rd, yesterday, September 2nd, look at my Facebook page, and I've got this thing. And there's probably, I think last time I looked at like 350 views, tons of comments, and it's awesome. And it was all because so many people are like, I don't like cold calling. Like, you shouldn't be cold calling. Like, you've been doing this 20 years. Why are you so cold? Like, dude, listen. Why do I do triathlons? Because I friggin' love triathlons, right? So it's like to me, it's the same. Yeah. It's like I want to stay sharp, and but now the point of posting that was because it is getting more challenging now. There's more people doing it. There's more competition. People are less. They seem to be more frustrated now, right? People are coming out of COVID. There's so there's a lot going on in the background right now, more than we've ever dealt with before.
Absolutely. And that has affected our business dramatically, whether we like to admit it or not. As soon as this pandemic happened, David, I swear to you, all my life, I was like, I'm done. That's it. I'm not going to go back to working as hard as I once did to try and fight this wave, which is impenetrable. I mean, it's like trying to fight the power of the ocean. No longer are you going to be able to run those 4 to 6 appointments per day. And now it gets to being 1 or 2. I'm like, shit, I'm tired, dude. I got 2 more appointments. I'm not even used to running 1 or 2. People are used to doing business different now than they ever have before. So that husband and wife that needs to sell their property, that plays softball with me every Wednesday, they're not seeing me every Wednesday. So they could be, talk to your buddy, John, that realtor. Let's get our house listed. They're going to their phone right now and they're saying, realtors near me, best realtors in Massachusetts, top realtors in Boston, Baltimore realtors. And whoever's showing up is whoever is going to create the authority and be the dominant force in the next 3, 5, 10 years and beyond, because Zillow, Trulia, big tech, they can't compete with us. This is great timing for us to take the game back into our own hands and start creating the content because we live and work in these neighborhoods. They don't. So
your thought process is you need to, because if you, I'm going back to my KW days, right? Which isn't that long ago, but
right.
I know Gary's thought process was be the neighborhood expert, right? So you're saying it's not just be the neighborhood expert, it's be the guy that shows up when they're searching in the neighborhood, which is deeper.
Be the neighborhood expert to Google. Google doesn't have ears. Google doesn't have eyes. Google has technology and analytics that crawl the internet and read the content that's in the blog post, in the body of your blog post. So if you just embed a YouTube video, but you do not transcribe that YouTube video with all the written word, guess what? Google's never going to read that. Google's never going to read that. Just maybe a couple people will hear it and see it, and hopefully you get some results.
So you mean keywords in the article, or keywords?
No, I'm talking about after you record the video using a transcribe software technology to listen to your whole video and transcribe it into a written word, paragraph upon paragraph of words. You take those paragraphs and you post it into the body of your blog post in your website page. Wow. Under the YouTube video embedded. So there's the YouTube video for people that want to see and listen, and then there's the transcribed version for Google. So Google's crawlers can go ahead and read it and see if it's relevant, current, and original content to reward you back to the actual seller that typed in sell my house fast Baltimore, sell my house fast Massachusetts, which, by the way, are searched thousands upon thousands of times per month. So while you're sitting on a boat and you're chilling, you're receiving these leads coming in because you created really good content the week before, you'll realize that this is a much better way of living than calling, being on that hamster wheel of marketing, because as soon as you hop off of that hamster wheel, guess what? It stops moving. Unless you have an ISA division, which could take a little while to build, it might not, but that's your prerogative. So this is just my experience so far, and I want to be able to, I feel like we've cracked the code. My partners are so smart at Minute Pages. I feel like we've cracked the code to help real estate professionals in sales create freedom and flexibility in their lives like never before, but with fortune on top of it, because they're now competing with somebody who's never had any competition before. Redfin, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, big tech, national brokers. They don't do localized content videos. They just have more pages on the website than you. They've created more location pages. Their book of website is just so big while ours is non-existent. So guess what? When people Google things, they show up. We don't. Until we start putting content onto the internet And then with targeted keywords behind it, guess what? We start to show up because our content is more original, it's more relevant, and it's more current because we're actually here when they're there.
How important are the Google business pages now? I recently launched one. I ironically also got my first review yesterday. I posted that on my Facebook page too yesterday. First review on Google. I've got
when you're GMB, plus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you should be posting content to your GMB, just like
what's GMB?
Your Google My Business profile.
Okay, that's so yeah.
Got a review, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I sent it out to someone.
What you want to do? I'm recording here. I'd show you on my phone, but you go in your phone app, download the Google My Business application from the App Store, and then you start posting to your location with those targeted keywords. Brother, we're going to crush it with you, man. I can't wait to do we're going to do keyword research together for you. It's going to start with you. We're going to dominate your location first, and I'm going to show you something first. And then once I get your buy-in, then we'll take it to the marketplace with all your fans. But because we got to get you set up and dominant in your local market because you're still very active.
You're still the preferred man. I'm ready to go.
So yeah, man, we can rock and roll. We'll set another appointment for that. I'm actually going to do keyword research for you later. What's your market that you're in right now?
I'm in central Massachusetts. So when you say market, you mean like area?
Where do you cover? Yeah, what areas do you cover? What are your towns?
Zip codes?
No, just the towns that people want to live in.
So is towns more important than zip codes? Like the name of the town?
I'm going to research it all.
Shrewsbury, SHREWSBURY, Millbury, Grafton. Those are all towns, and then the towns around those towns, Sutton.
Could I share my screen with you?
Sure, yeah.
Let me see something. How do I do that?
I mean, most people are listening to this, though, on audio, so they may not see the
so your host,
this video.
You have to enable me to screen share.
Oh, okay. I can do that quick. Let me see. There you go. You should be good now.
Okay. Screen share.
Let's see. I'll try to.
Tell me if you see my screen. Do you see my screen?
I do. Yeah. So I'll verbalize what you're showing me right now.
Boston
Red Sox, Boston Realtors. Top Realtors.
Look at this, brother. 880 times per month, people are typing into the internet, Boston Realtors. Now, David, for what reason do you think that they'd be putting that term into the internet for? Just to see who they are, or do you think that they'd actually have a necessity?
Yeah, I'm guessing they're thinking about selling.
So let's see who shows up, bro. Let's see who's dominating your market right now. So here we have an ad. We have an ad. And then here we have 3 GMBs, Google My Business profiles, which look pretty healthy. I'm seeing any of these ring bells.
They're in Boston. So try Central Mass. I'm curious. So basically what you're showing us is you're Googling the search, Central Mass Realtors or Boston Realtors. Now you're showing us who's showing up, the top 3. So if you, and here's the
big key is that look how many times a month that's Googled, brother.
So how many? I can't see it. What does that
20
say?
times a month. Only 20 times a month for Central Mass Realtors versus Boston Realtors is searched 880 times per month.
Got it.
So I would think that some of the next key pieces of content that we're going to create for you are going to have the title in there, Boston Realtors, and that Boston Realtors is also going to be littered into the body of the description. We're going to coin.
Interesting.
Yeah. So look. So here the
try Worcester, because Worcester's a try Worcester Realtors. I'm curious.
Spell it.
WORCESTER. And this is actually the big town city around us where I grew up.
70 times a month.
So that jumps way up. So using Worcester would probably make more sense.
That's being geo-targeted. So
that's super smart.
If you can get 10 people out of those 70 a month, then you're doing well. So look who shows up here.
Who shows up for Worcester?
The game is there for the taking. There's no.
How the hell are they showing up ahead of us? Holy cow!
Because they were created before you. That's all. So it's like here. Where are you at, brother?
I don't even see it.
What's it called?
We are my Central Mass Homes.
Okay.
Central Mass Homes. So see, that's the problem. As we changed it, we were Hill Team forever,
right?
And we changed recently. I wonder if without thinking about it, I wonder if that kind of hurt us in the search world.
It could have, brother, but it's okay. We can definitely fix it. Now take a look right here where you see the related keywords. Look at this. The keywords plugin is suggesting stuff to us. Real estate agents in Worcester. Look at that.
Wow.
So that's searched 90 times per month. See, we didn't even know that keyword. We wouldn't even have probably thought about that keyword, but they suggested it because they knew.
So now that we have that keyword, real estate agents in Worcester, Mass, what would you write an article? Would that embedded in it, or
I would.
Videos?
Yeah. Correct. I would start doing Google My Business posts. Like, for example, let me take you to my Google My Business here. I'll show you. So this is let me go up here. So I'll take.
This is like live. It's like live training right here for people that want to watch this. You make sure you go watch this video. I can see your screen. Yeah.
All right. So here's my Google My Business profile right here. It was right in. You saw those 9 dots in the G Suite, right?
Yeah.
Here are all my locations right here. This is my main office that I'm at right now, 3635 Old Court Road. This is my main Google My Business profile. So you could see, let me show you my search results. So you can see my activity, my searches, my views. You can see search views are down a little bit, but my map views are up. I get a lot of business from this GMB. For example, check it out. I'll show you. If I go to Google and I type in Realtors in Pikesville, keep your boy out right here. I'm the first GMB that shows up. Okay. If I go, that's
awesome, man.
Baltimore Realtors. So you see this keyword term right here is searched 590 times a month, David. You see where I highlight that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now look, scroll down. Cummings. This is my broker. And then Realtor.com.
Oh, you're with Cummings? I thought you were with KW.
No. I'm with Cummings.
Oh, you still got your KW ribbons up there on the wall, man.
I'll always have them, man. I got the KW pride, man. That stays with me forever.
That's cool. Cummings is a clever model, man.
It is, bro. So check out the searches, David. Look at this keyword term. You see the GMBs? Now look at the organic searches. Realtor.com, big tech. Boom. There's your boy right there, Kirk Home Group.
Wow.
Page 1 of Google for a term that's searched over 590 times per month. So this is the type of strategy that I'm going to help other agents and real estate.
Well, let's get working on this, man. So let's get wrapping this up because I got to get for the next. And this was awesome. I want to just say I thank you for doing this.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm grateful for the opportunity.
You can let's unshare your screen now.
Oh yeah.
And let's so what? Well, first off, how do people get in touch with you if somebody's interested in learning more about this?
So, I mean, they can email us or go to the website. Go to www.minutepages.com and put in your email to request more information. You can reach out to us via email at info@minutepages.com, and you can reach us there anytime.
So let me ask you this: why?
But we'll be doing that for our clients.
All right. Well, I'm gonna definitely connect with you. I want to learn more about this and see how I can start doing this. But this is a question for like devils. Why would somebody call you instead of just doing this themselves or use your minute pages?
I would welcome them to try to do it themselves. It's very, very difficult. For us as real estate agents, we're focused on selling houses. I was fortunate enough to have positive influences around me that were very educated in the SEO industry, keyword research, online, and it just piqued my interest. So I figured it out the hard way through doing it myself through other websites. I have created a product that I fully believe will be effective, simplistic value, not complicated value, which is what I've been experiencing before. With us, agents, investors, we need things to be simple nowadays. So I'm telling you guys, this is effective simplicity. If you visit minutepages.com, you'll see it's unlike anything else. They're the best looking websites out there. They have built-in search engine optimization, blogging capability, and so much more. If you go to the website and check it out. And we're in our beta phase right now. We're about to launch in about a week and a half. So again, if you put your email in, you'll be grandfathered in for the 50% off discount for life. It's $25 a month to have this type of access at your fingertips. You'll get full access to me as well as my partners. And I do one-on-one strategy coaching calls via Zoom with any of our clients. So it's not like you get a product and you get no access to the people behind the screen. You'll get access to me and I'll give you the keys to the kingdom.
Awesome. And I already have Mass locked up, so nobody else listening to this.
Oh, we're going to lock that up, man, for sure. You better join the Hill team right now.
Yeah. What would you say for people listening? What's the one thing they should walk away with from this today?
Is that freedom and flexibility is the ultimate currency. I've sold 75 houses a year and I've not seen my family, and I know that life and I don't want to go back to that. So let me live that for you, and let me share with you that there is a better way. It's about creating content, evergreen content. We're smarter than having to trade our time in proportion to the money that we provide. Now it's time to create our energy for a couple minutes, put it on YouTube, optimize it, put it out to the stratosphere, and then receive that lifestyle, that freedom and flexibility and the good life that everybody desires, but few of us actually get to experience. And now all of us are going to have the good life because I'm going to expose this to the masses. There's no secrets anymore. And that's just the way it's got to go, man.
Awesome, my friend. Well, hey, I just want to say I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Really, really appreciate you pouring into us. And for people listening to this, go check out the video. I'll make sure it's on Path to Mastery page. It'll be in YouTube as well, but you can also access it through Path to Mastery. And check this out. This is good stuff, man. And you want to do this before everybody else does, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Quickness is definitely essential. Timing is crucial on this one because the longer you're up there, the more credibility you get in the eyes of Google. So let's start this building our walls, our fortress of authority online today.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, Masters, 45 seconds. That's all I ask. I appreciate you listening to the show. I don't know if I say that enough, but I know you can invest your time wherever you choose. So thank you for spending it here with us. Remember, if you want any information on me or my events coming up, just go to my website, which is davidihill.com. Again, davidihill.com. Click on the events tab. You get webinars, you get past webinar replays. Everything is there. You can also get access to our sponsors there. If you click on the affiliates link, so again, everything is at davidihill.com. And we'd love to have you join us on our Facebook community, which just go to Facebook and search groups, which is Path to Mastery. And finally, as you know, you can get yourself a free book by going to davidsfreebook.com. My friends, again, I just want to say I appreciate you spending time with us. Oh my gosh, I forgot to review. If you would, it helps so much if you'd be willing to go give me a review and then email a review to me at david@davidihill.com. Email it to me. I'll read it on air for you. And I just want to say I appreciate you again for listening to the show. You rock. Enjoy the rest of your day.